beef, and jelly.
What's up, everybody? This is Retro.
This is Barbie.
And this is Roast Beef and Jelly, and we have a brand new episode for you today. So what's been up, Barbie?
Nothing. A lot of things, actually. You know, I say nothing, but in a world of technology and access to smartphones and all these things, everything is always happening at once, and there's always something in the world that catches the mind of normal folk like me and you.
Like, for instance, did you hear about Bill Cosby?
Yes, big news. Bill Cosby, okay? A lot of allegations have been thrown at him, and now he is officially being convicted of 3 counts of, like, sexual assault or something like that.
Rape, I think.
Yeah, was he counted
or
for
drugging?
Rape?
He drugged
Oh,
him.
that's right, for drug and, yeah. And he got 3 counts of it, and they're each 10 years or something like that. So he could serve his time concurrently, meaning he'd be in there for 30 years.
So Bill Cosby's going to die in prison.
Probably. It's crazy because, like, I don't know, it's in a world, you know, where, you know, the whole Me Too movement and stuff like this, a lot of things are surfacing, and it's like, Bill Cosby was one on the front end of it, you know?
Him and Harvey Weinstein were the two main front. There's a lot of other people that are being affected, you know, by the times of it. I'm not saying being affected, because these people did wrong things, you know what I mean? But
yeah, this isn't the first thing for Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby has other trials. I'm not sure what they were, but I know he's had other trials for some things. But it's just a lot of it. I don't know. Does it tarnish the legacy? It has to.
I mean, they took the Cosby Show off air. You can't really find Fat Albert anywhere anymore.
Like, I love the Cosby Show. Do I have to love it even less now because I know that the main person,
creator, the writer, and the main actor is
has
a
done
rapist?
has done these horrendous things or whatever? I don't know. It's a question to be had. Like, I would love to still enjoy, because it's a part of my childhood, you know? It's a part of it, and it's like, sucks.
I mean, it's just crazy, man. I mean, you also got the R. Kelly thing going on as well.
Yeah.
With Time's Up movement, they're trying to mute R. Kelly. They're trying to get him out because of his new allegations that he has out.
Yeah. Charlamagne the God said multiple times that he doesn't understand why everyone gives R. Kelly a pass. Like, everyone, like, for some reason in, like, the, like, R&B industry or whatever, people who listen to it, the fans or whatever, they just give him a pass. They still listen to his music.
He just likes to pee on people. That's okay.
True. It really, like, I mean...
But no, it's not true because it's young girls.
Yeah, it's young girls. No, there's an ad. That's what I'm saying. There's an added, like...
He's a pedophile.
Yes.
Like, the sexual mistreatment of women's one thing, but for R. Kelly to be a known pedophile and rapist.
And they're trying to get him for, like, apparently, like, he's a leader of a cult, which...
It's not a...
That's what they're trying to make
They're trying to make it out to be a cult, but he's just a very controlling man. He has... It's a semi-cult.
But also, how is it illegal to have a cult?
I mean, but it's weird to have a house full of women and tell them when they can and can't use the restroom or what they can do.
100% you are correct. It is weird. If I knew someone I'd be like, I'm not messing with that dude because that's weird. You may lock me up for all we know or whatever. But my thing is,
like, yeah,
how is it illegal though? Like,
it's not illegal, but it's against human rights to tell somebody when they can and can't use a restroom.
But if they agree to do it,
then yes, I understand. It's
just saying
you're making it out to be something that it's not.
Yeah, but that's a very crucial thing. If they are willing participants in this cult, you know, how can you bring like criminal? I don't know. Not that I'm saying that R. Kelly deserves, like, you know, he's done some pretty weird, horrible, crazy things. So I'm not saying, you know, that like he should get off, but I'm just saying in this particular scenario that they're trying to bring upon, it's like if they're willing to, then
go ahead and go with it. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just a crazy thing to see.
Yeah. It's like every day a new thing pops up, and it's
Harvey
like,
Weinstein's getting charged with more things.
And even though it's a lot, and it's a lot of things, you know, and it's a lot of like constant news, and it's a lot of the same things, and a lot of people try to like, oh, it's repetitive, I'm getting tired of it. It's very important that these things, like, we progress. This is how you progress as a society, okay?
Yeah.
You see wrongdoings, you throw them out in the open. Doesn't matter like when it happened or like something like that. Like, I feel like it's important, even if like criminal, like, or if you don't like go to court, if you do, like the said person doesn't like who committed the acts doesn't go to trial.
You still need to call them out.
I still think it's important that like you let them know if it's true. I don't believe in the false telling, but if it is true, you know, then I think you should air it out because it's very important. You know, especially in a time like this, because if not, then all these things it's going to be a fad for a little while, and then all of a sudden we're going to forget about it, and no one's going to care anymore. You know, so.
Which is true, but I don't think Time's Up is going anywhere.
No, I think we've pushed so far. There's been so much like attention to it that it's like almost we would have to like it's almost like going backwards, like and like it's reversing.
And it's not
like,
a bad thing. It's a good movement. It's great, and it's it's going to be something there for women to be able to come out and speak out and let the world know what's happened.
I think Amber Rose had a very interesting comment about Me Too, about how she said that an African American or a woman of color, she started the movement, and then all of a sudden it turned into a lot of people got on board, and it turned in about rich white people, okay, or rich white women. Which I mean, some people feel that is definitely truth. I mean, there is
Amber Rose started the Me Too.
No, I don't think she started it. I mean, but I think I don't know what started it. I don't know what specific.
Who started it?
Yeah, I don't know what case she's talking about. Like, I don't know. There probably was like a specific one that started it, because I mean, it just didn't like pop up out of anywhere. But so I don't know. But she did say that about it. So I mean,
it's pretty crazy. Well, that's just crazy, man. But I saw this Antman trailer.
Oh yeah, just recently came out. Antman and Wasp.
That's a good trailer to drop. A really good trailer to drop. Over the years, I was so anti-Marvel or whatever. But after 10 years of seeing the formula, it's working.
True.
There's reasons why they release certain movies and certain tones in movies or certain ways.
But there was a lot of redundant and very poorly, lazily done movies. But yes, it is
Thor 1 and 2.
Yeah, but
Captain America 1.
But it is a coming to a close. Like the end game, you're starting to see the end game. You're aware of the end game and
the new beginning.
New beginning. Like this is this is a relatively new storyline. It's not as like cemented as the other ones, and the fact that it's looks great.
Although Ant-Man and the Wasp technically were a part of the first. Well, not the first Avengers, but they were. I believe Wasp was, if I'm not mistaken. But they were a part of the main Avengers. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of sad to see, this maybe, we don't know. But maybe this generation of Avengers that we have now move out and they just come in. You know what I mean? We won't ever have that true nature of Ant-Man and Wasp with the Avengers because they do need them in certain events. True.
I do agree with that. Also, I think that Marvel they're trying, or at least the main people in like the Avengers or whatever, they're really trying to milk out because they're like, I feel like they saw, Hugh Jackman played Wolverine for forever, so that's what we can do. And it's like, look,
you can,
but Hugh Jackman was special, was an exception to the rule. Okay, there was
he stayed in shape. He stayed ready. He was in every single X-Men movie.
Yeah.
Even, I believe he was in First Class and he told them to fuck off.
Oh, yeah, he was in First Class, yeah.
That was that's only one scene. He was in everything in that. But, I'm ready for Ant-Man and Wasp. We see they're going to go down into the quantum realm. They might get the original Wasp back.
True. They're doing stuff.
They're
doing stuff that's exciting. Fam. Yeah, big teams, fam.
Like you said, exciting.
Exciting things, different.
Yes, an exciting summer movie. Thank you. That's the perfect word.
Because, I mean, I feel like recently they've been doing a lot of like excited, like we'll talk about Infinity Wars later or whatever.
Yeah.
But like I feel like they're kind of trying to transition, I guess, in a way. Like they're trying, like it's I don't know if they're trying. I guess that they're like evolving. They're trying. I don't know. Maybe just because we've.
It's not that we've gotten used to this. I just felt like they've built up to this. Like
true, so that makes
like
it more. It's more.
book.
Yeah, it's more calculated. It's more like. We got to get this like 100% right, you know, and stuff like that. So,
but you got to like I said, you got to think about it. Marvel, the MCU is technically like a comic book. It started off with one hero, which was Iron Man. You got the second issue, which was Iron Man 2, and then it led to another issue of another hero, and of Thor, then Captain America, and then you got the Avengers, the team up, and then it builds and it adds more, and now you're to the point where you have a universe to where you can do the Infinity War, or you can do team-up movies like Antman and the Wasp, or Spider-Man Homecoming with Spider-Man and Iron Man, and just, they're to that point to where it's like, okay, maybe this was what I was looking for this entire time.
I will say this about Marvel. I feel like they kind of, like, pioneered, like, the modern-day, like, universe thing in a way, like they like for movies, like they kind of like because
not necessarily.
Let me explain. Okay, it's like, look, I feel like a lot of superhero movies specifically, like prior, were a lot of like one and dones or like a trilogy.
But I'm not saying like just superhero movies, because you got to think. You got Harry Potter.
No, that's what I'm saying. For like the superhero, the comic book realm, it made them. They pioneered the franchise, like making it like an expanded unit where everything is connected. They did. They did. They're the only ones who were successful. You're right. At some point in TV and movies or whatever, we realized that people like whole universes, and they like a whole idea. They don't like just like
one done.
Yeah, they're one and done stories. They like a whole. They like to get it. They like everything connected and stuff. And I feel like Marvel has really, like they took that and they were like, all right, we gonna make money, and we gonna do
the right way. I agree. I see what you mean.
Well, that's why I'm excited for the new stuff to come out. So
yeah, because we got Antman and the Wasp. Then next week after that, we have Captain Marvel.
True.
Which I'm excited to see. Mm-hmm. And then we will have the next Infinity War. Now, speaking of the next Infinity War, we are going to have a spoiler discussion of the Infinity War. So if you have not seen it, this is the point of the show where you might want to leave, because this is our closing discussion. So we will give everyone a few seconds to leave if they haven't heard the Infinity War. If you've seen it, stay to listen. But if you haven't, you might want to go.
Come join us in discussion about a very important movie.
That was great. Alright, so if they ain't left, then they don't give a shit. So, Infinity War.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Great.
Beautiful.
Top 3 Marvel movie.
Top 3?
I think it's top 3. What's better?
Well, see, here's my thing. I have like a thing. I guess I do have a top 3, but I have 2 that match. That even up with each other. So I got Iron Man 1.
Yes.
At number 1.
Yeah.
The GOAT.
Yes.
It's just beautiful.
Yes.
Captain America Winter Soldier.
True.
Tied with Black Panther.
Yeah, but a lot of people aren't going to see Winter Soldier on you with that one. But yes, I will agree.
I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great. But I feel like a lot of people would disagree.
That was the Russo's first. Like, if y'all like Infinity War and Civil War, then you can't knock Winter Soldier, because that was the Russo's brothers' intro into the MCU.
True.
And that was their first project, and they made one of Marvel's first biggest hits. Or that's still one of their best political thriller movies.
Yeah, so what's your third one then?
My third one is Infinity War, but remember I said number 2 is tied with Winter Soldier.
You can have a tie. I'll give you a tie. You can have that. But it's definitely great. It's a lot of mixing of storylines.
Yes.
A lot of mixing of elements of like two different like kind of
comics.
Yeah, comics like together. So it's like,
well, not just 2 comics, 2 different
series stories.
Yeah.
So you have it's like part Infinity
Gauntlet,
Infinity Quest, and then Infinity Gauntlet. So
and then the war would be technically the next movie.
You know what I think they're gonna do? I think so we're thinking that.
Well, first we gotta talk about the movie before we start talking about part 2.
Yeah.
Let's so
favorite moments, like what was characters that stood out, stuff of that matter.
First of all, number one person who stood out to me, it's gonna shock you too, because I don't think we really talked about this. Drax.
Drax was good.
Drax was great.
Drax was amazing.
I did not care about Drax until I saw this movie, and it's not like, oh, I'm so sad or anything, but just he was written well.
Yes. He
had great deliverance, and each person they paired him with on screen is a memorable moment.
True.
Who else did I really like in that movie? I like Thanos.
Thanos was really good. I really like how they wrote Thanos.
It's different.
It's different, but I think it's good because in like the comics,
he's an asshole.
Yeah, he's a horrible, relentless fucking dick or whatever. But it's also like I feel like there are parts where you see that he has like a soft side. It's either that he just like represses, or that he has like, or that someone's like whispering and he's like, oh, let me second think about this, but fuck it. I'm crazy.
Well, because in the comics he was obsessed with Mistress Death, and that was his only goal in life, and she kept spurning him. So of course.
But I think there are like there are moments where he shows somewhat of like, oh, he might have a little good, and it's like, oh no, he's
bad.
He's fucking horrible.
But in the movie, he was
good. He was good.
Good in a bad way.
No, he was bad in a good way. Bad in a good way is the correct way. Yeah, he definitely was. But he played the part well. Josh Brolin did a great job.
Yeah,
I feel like. I mean, it did take me a moment to get past the fact that I just see Josh Brolin in some purple like alien like makeup or whatever. Like, you definitely is like, that's fucking Josh Brolin. It's not like other characters who have like heavy makeup that look a little bit different.
Looks like him.
Yeah, this is like his facial.
But he sounds like you would think Thanos would sound like.
Yeah, yes, it works. It definitely works.
True.
Because especially like, you have this idea when you're reading like the comic, you like have your own mind, like,
and now you
voice.
see,
and so now like they're putting a voice to it, and it's like, okay, I'll accept it.
You'll accept it. Yeah. Now I don't know. How do you feel about Josh Brolin going to be? Well, I only believe he's only going to be Thanos for 2 movies for now.
Yeah,
and then go off and do X-Force.
True.
But how do you feel about him being in 2 different universes, but they may join and become one in the next 5 years or so?
I mean, I think
you can get over that.
Yeah, I mean, his
run may be over.
They'll probably have someone get killed. I mean, yeah, you could have a different Thanos and.
No, I'm saying his run might be over with both companies. Yeah, anyways, true. Because he signed for 5 years with Deadpool. Mm-hmm. He's already done 1. And we don't really know what they have planned for Thanos, but I'm not expecting him to be the villain for 5 movies.
No, he won't be. He if anything, he'll be like maybe
he'd just be the next movie.
Yeah, you really could.
So,
but you could still keep him a viable option. Like, you don't theoretically you don't have to kill him, because in Infinity Gauntlet he doesn't die.
He doesn't die. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't have to die, but I'm saying he doesn't have to coming back. But I just think, they can move on to somebody bigger, like Galactus.
True.
If they get the rights to him.
True. I mean, but what other characters? I feel like there's a lot of strong. I like Spider-Man a lot. I mean, I didn't watch Homecoming because I'm horrible. So
you didn't see Homecoming?
No, I haven't seen it yet. But I thought he was very good. Gave comic relief. Shout out to Aliens. That little side note to that was great. It was an amazing part. I enjoyed it as a Alien fan. I appreciated it.
And then how they did the SpongeBob jokes and the Ebony Maw looked like Squidward.
Yes. There was a lot of jokes. I thought it was a good mix of comedy.
It was a good balance.
Good balance. Tons of action. Right when you start with mad action. You start with what could have been a doper fight scene, Hulk versus Thanos.
What do you mean dope? That was a real
It was dope, fight. But it could have been a little bit longer.
It didn't need to be longer.
I could have gone for another 20 seconds. Just to see him throw hands. 2 Goliaths just throwing hands, bro. But I do say Thanos put them hands on that boy. He would
He pounded the Hulk. The Hulk was so scared to come out for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, he was like, nah.
I mean, so who else? Excuse me. Who else did you enjoy?
I mean, I enjoyed Thor was great. It was amazing at the end to see Thor look as powerful.
Finally have the Odin force.
Yeah, finally you see like how much, like what
powerful
the power.
Yeah,
he can like.
He is and
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, I'm not gonna say, oh, the MCU is better than DC because I still love my DC movies. I don't care what nobody say. I'm still gonna be down with DC, but
you have to support so we can get more. That's why we do it.
That's right.
We have to support because if not, then they're gonna be like, we can't make them. They don't make money, so we have to support.
We have to support DC.
Yeah.
But I mean, good movie. My favorite scene will probably have to be, like you said, Thanos fighting the Hulk. The most saddest scene was probably Gamora dying, or Spider-Man dying, or turning to ash.
Yeah, it was like because it's really important to note that Spider-Man is pretty much a child. Like, he's not a child. He's like a teenager.
He's a teenager. He's a child.
Yeah, he's a child.
They're not going to kill him. Black Panther, Bucky, Falcon, War Machine, Scarlet Witch. Who else passed away?
Everybody.
Nick Fury, Maria Hill. Speaking of that end credit scene of Captain Marvel being shouted out.
But it's a cop out. We already knew. Like, I guess you didn't know that, like, she was going to be connected to this?
No, we knew. We knew. Because, we knew.
Yeah, but it's still a cop-out. Not a cop-out. They could have done something.
I mean, yeah, but I was just excited to see it, you know?
Yeah, it was.
It's becoming more and more real.
True.
You know what I mean? She's getting closer to actually being on screen. And we get to see the pretty much the next future leader of the Avengers come and dominate in the next movie.
Be a thug.
She's in a fight with the original lineup.
Yeah. I think...
that's what I'm excited about, is how... The one thing they did change from the comics was that Spider-Man didn't disappear. Mm-hmm. Spider-Man disappeared in this movie, but Hawkeye disappeared in the comics. Hawkeye was not in this movie. Let's just go ahead and get that out there. Yeah. But we do know he's out there. They did mention him.
Yes.
And they do say he will be in the fourth one. He does have an important role in the fourth one. Now, here's my thing. Hawkeye disappeared in the comics. I think it's amazing that they did switch that small detail, because we get the original MCU lineup we're going to get that. You know, in the first Avengers when they're in the Battle of New York?
Yes.
And they all come together and it plays the song. Yeah, and it's the circle and it does that
light in the background, you know? Yes.
Everybody's getting ready.
The Marvel version of, like, Justice League Unlimited shit.
Yes.
Yes.
We're finally going to get that again with the original group, and then maybe add a few, you know what I mean? Sure. But supposedly there's an actual lineup that may show up with everyone in the MCU against Thanos. Supposedly there was a film scene that they filmed during the third movie. But
that was all of them standing together.
Everyone, including old Hank Pym.
That'd be a sight to see. Or are they gonna do it like deleted scene, director's cut?
You know what I mean?
Because there was a scene in the trailer where they were all running in the jungle.
That was just
that never happened.
Such a fucking tease.
Yeah, it was like it would be a dope moment running through the woods, but not even in the movie.
A tease.
It was, but overall, it was a great movie.
I love that movie.
The thing I liked about this is like a lot of moments you could like take out of like the ending with Thanos.
Just sitting on the porch.
That's true, but they flipped it. Like Thanos doesn't have the Infinity Gauntlet at that point, but they let him keep it this time. But him sitting on the porch, like looking into like on the out or whatever, is like from the comics. I think they did a lot of moments where you're like, okay, that was like the whole Nebula thing. Like you saw how like she looks like rotting flesh in the comics.
In the comics.
But in this it was very...
It's a good way to show us that good interpretation. Kids aren't scared.
Yeah, true. But also, it's like, she doesn't really have flesh. She's more of like a...
robot.
Yeah.
She does, I guess, kind of have flesh.
Yeah, but even, because in the comics, she has like green flesh. Like, it's like...
It's green...
bluish or whatever, but like it's like flesh though.
Yeah,
it looks like flesh, but she's wearing armor or whatever. But in this, they made it more like robotic or whatever. So, but I thought it was a good interpretation. There's just a lot of moments that like you can appreciate, if you know some things, and it's just I don't know. It was a very well. I think everyone can get something good from this movie. Yeah,
it has a lot of rewatchability. And here's the thing: I think it won't just be this movie. I think it will be part 2 as well. I think it'll be a great part 1 and part 2. Yeah, like part 1 and part 2 would be a good movie to watch together. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
It'd be a 4-hour event, but it'd be a great movie.
It would be longer than that, probably.
It'd be about 5 hours.
It'd be 5 hours, yeah. So that's
2 days. Not 2 days. Yeah, that's 2 days.
I'm gonna need like 2 intermissions.
I'm not gonna watch it all in one. I'm gonna watch one day and one the next day.
Yeah, it's like people who do like Harry Potter. They like knock out like 5 of them a day, like the whole series. I'm like, how?
In one day, that's a lot. That's
too
dedication.
Much. I don't need that much TV in my life.
Only time I do that is if I'm binge watching a Netflix series.
TV shows I can do because they're fast, I feel like when it comes to like movies, it's like slow and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, movies have slow parts.
And you're just like, oh my goodness. But TV shows is normally fast, no, some filler episodes, but normally it's quick paced, development in the storyline. So, I don't know.
But I mean, we love the Avengers. That was a dope ass movie. That was it wasn't even a review. It was just a spoiler discussion of what parts we liked, what people we liked.
Definitely.
I mean, there's a lot we can say about this movie.
A lot.
I've seen it twice. Probably gonna see it again.
True.
Definitely gonna order the movie, and I can't wait till next year to check it out. We do have a lot of exciting Marvel movies. Like I said, we have Antman and the Wasp next, then we have Captain Marvel, and then we have the part 2 of Infinity War, or whatever they're going to call it. So that's going to be awesome, and we can't wait to check that out. Also, guys, don't forget, we do have a $50 Amazon gift card giveaway. We do need 100 subscribers, so subscribe. My name is Retro.
My name is Bobby.
And that's roast beef and jelly. Deuces.
Roast beef and jelly.